this is my desk setup. And as you can see, I have my keyboard here. I have my computer always here because I'm actually looking at chat. I have a chat room that the audience or that the team is actually feeding me your questions. So that's all happening in my workplace environment. On this computer, I'm paying attention to any potential issues that might occur from my phone, which is currently being used by Kelly, but typically that sits right here in front of me. That typically sits right here in front of me with a different workplace room open so that I know if I'm muted or if there's an issue that I need to pay attention to. This is a single computer, well, two computers. So this is my iMac right here. This is what I run the stream on. And this iMac plus the monitor is literally only used for streaming. So I very, 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 very much believe in having a single computer for streaming so that you're not bogging it down. If you know me at all, you know I am heavy user of my computer, and I kind of beat it up. So I've always got tons of tabs open. I'm multitasking, downloading stuff. My iMac doesn't get used for anything other than Zoom calls and streaming, right? Oh, we'll talk about the desk here shortly. I freaking adore this desk. It was custom made, so I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so let's see, computers on the setup. Yes, we'll get there. We'll get to the dock. And I actually I'll talk about the dock. But okay, so there's the computer that I'm always looking at for notes or for communication with my team. There's my phone, which I'm looking at issues for the stream so that I can correct them quicker than looking at chat. And then I also have the keyboard, which kind of sits in the back. The Stream Deck, my favorite piece of tech ever. Literally, this is my favorite streaming piece of tech right here. This gear, oh, this is my favorite thing ever. I love it. And this is interesting because you guys, like, this is my main camera, my main computer, right? Because this is the iMac. But I initially had like a 3 monitor setup, but I decided I really don't need 3. All I need is to have 2 monitors. And then this is both my confidence monitor and my production monitor. And then that monitor is solely used for sharing my screen, working on Stream Deck, things like that. So I kind of condensed it down to 2 monitors because I realized I don't need to have a confidence monitor and sending this output. I can see everything right under the lens this way. And this is like a lower resolution than the iMac screen. And so it was really important to me to be able to have it bigger because when I go into demo mode, people can see it easier on this monitor versus that monitor. Okay, then we have the Rodecaster Pro, which is currently bringing in my audio. And that right now I only have the one mic connected, which is the Rodecaster NTG4 Plus right up here. And as you can see, it's literally right outside of frame for me. So look at here. Hold on, let me go here. So this, I'm touching the mic. So you can see how just out of frame that mic is. That way I have the best possible audio. I have the light here. This is the Sokani Light with a dome, just because this gives me a little bit more of a natural glow. It diffuses the light, and I just like how it looks better than using like this newer panel. So yeah. Okay, we're gathering questions, right? Is Kathleen doing questions? Okay, so Kathleen is gathering all of your questions, so don't worry, I'm coming back to you. Let's see. Okay, and then this side, I have to stay over here, so you're gonna have to move over there. So this side of the desk is my workspace. So just for my actual work. Heater, lip gloss, battery. But I put my laptop right there, and then I use my just cinema monitor over there, or cinema display. And so that's my workspace. This is my streaming space over here. This is a custom desk built by a family friend. And I wanted a custom desk because I really cared about this environment. It's an 850 square foot studio apartment. And so it was really important to me to have a nice environment. And I didn't want to just have any old desk. So he built this, this is a Japanese cedar, and he stained it and everything, but it's diagonal. So it's a really artistic desk. Now, as we move to the opposite side of, you want to go over there? Oh, be careful. Can you get through there? Okay. As she moves to the opposite side, one of the reasons that I wanted this custom desk is because don't look at the dead plant, is because I thought this would be a fantastic way to hide my cables in a better way. So we had this whole plan. We had a custom piece that was going to hide all my cables. Once I got down into doing the cable management, keep going further down. Sorry. Then you have all of these cables, right? So I had too much for the piece of wood that was supposed to cover up the cables. And so he's currently expanding that piece of wood to cover the cables. Yeah, don't fall, Callie. So it is a standing desk. Yes, it is a standing desk, mature man. You guys are on. How does one kill a succulent? I think I overwatered it. So the cable management, definitely still a work in progress. That's why I haven't released the video series, because of that issue. So I started, if you go back over there and look at the sleeve that I started to do, I think for now, I don't know how long it's going to take them. I'm going to be wrapping everything in sleeves and just organizing it a little bit better temporarily, just so it's not so messy. I started that, but I have to do a lot more work. I have to reconfigure everything. The infamous cable tray, but a pretty cable tray. Okay, so stay back there. Look at this, look at the camera. Oh, wait, hold on. Before you go to the camera, look at the light again. So this dome light, it's the Sokani Light with a dome. But I will tell you this, this is kind of the cheap man's version of an aperture light, which is really expensive. I don't actually recommend, I want to point this out. I don't actually recommend this light for most people. If you have it, I can barely reach the power button, and this remote, while you would think that it actually would turn it on and off, the on-off button on the remote only turns the remote on and off, and then you can only control color, temperature, and level of the light by the remote. You have to turn the power on by the button itself. Or if you do the whole party on switch, then what you would do is connect this to a party on switch, and you could do that from a smart plug or something like that. You could control the power that way. I don't have my party on switch completely configured just yet because of everything going on that I'm kind of redoing. Speaking of redoing, we'll get to the capture cards and all of that here in a second. This rig is useful, but it's a little in my way. The whole purpose of this entire rig, these two Varipoles right here, and then the cross pole above, is to hold this Key Light Air. It's Elgato Key Light Air. This is my hair light. And it's a little much for being able to hold just a single light, because again, this is my apartment. I live here, and I want a clean environment. My theme is Japanese modern, if you can't tell with all the plans, and the wood and the sword, the samurai sword. But this is one. It's also holding the Abby cam, but it's not on right now. Abby, say hi. Say hi, Abs. Abby. She stops doing what she was doing. She was moving, and she's like. But the problem with this is that it's far out, and I hit it all the time because I'm a klutz. So I'm going to be removing this configuration, moving this camera back under here so that it still has the same angle, but it'll just be hidden underneath so that it's not getting in my way. I'm going to probably use those, oh, sorry, can y'all still hear me? I kind of moved away from the mic. I think I'm going to use one of those like rustic pipe thingamajigs. Yeah. That's the technical term, rustic pipe thingamajigs. Show them the bathroom. It's okay. So yeah, that'll get moved under there. I'm going to find a different way. I have a couple of ideas that I'm going to work with to mount this and keep it in the same place, but then get rid of the extra that is a little in my way. Let's see, what else? The Varipoles are amazing. These Varipoles for your studio setup, I have to keep, why don't you come over here so I can or like over here to point at me so I can stay pointed at the mic. The Varipoles are amazing because it's just a vertical pole. You can't use it on like drop ceilings, but if you have a solid ceiling, it just is a pressure pull so that it connects to the top, to the ceiling and to the floor, and then you don't have to mount anything, drill anything, or anything like that. They're really stable, and that's how we mount a whole lot of things without building into the space. So hold on. Okay. Yes, we'll get to behind the camera here in just a second as well. The camera right now is the iPhone, yes. And let's see. I don't actually, so gimbals, I actually don't love gimbals. She's doing a pretty good job, isn't she? Oh, come on. Rustic pipe thingamajigs. Good choice. I thought so too. So yeah, those are fantastic investments for your studio to mount things. Now, if you're going to mount things to the desk, then if you want to go behind the camera here, or the desk, to look at the mount. So look at so from here, look at this. And then, so this is a DIY mounting system from Caleb Pike, DSLR video shooter. And so if you go up the pole, you can see how that's mounted. You could do the same thing with an Elgato mount, desk mount. And then I have everything connected to this mount, right? So I have the lights, the camera, I have the mic connected to that as well. And so it's a cheaper way to go. It does require a little bit of, putting together. It is a DIY setup, but if you don't want the DIY setup and you can find it in stock, the Elgato multi-mount, they have 2 sizes for that, could be a perfect option for you. Okay, so look at the camera next. This is the Sony a6100 with a 16mm f1.4 lens. And so that's what I'm using for my main camera shot. This one right here, the a6100, the Sony a6100 with the 16mm f1.4 lens. Going back to you, Callie. Going back to Callie. I already told you the mic. Okay, so move down here to this mess that is still in progress. I do have a couple of Aja U-taps. Not really, like they're hit or miss these days in terms of being solid. So in preference is the Elgato ones over here on the corner. The HD 60S Plus from Elgato. I have two of those connected, and then I also have the CamLink 4K. The CamLink 4K one that I'm using, this is, as you can see, it's wrapped up nice and neat here. This is for when I bring my computer into my production so that I can share my slides and do keynote presentations. Let's see. The docks right here, the CalDigit CalDigit, the CalDigit, we have the link in the description and coming to you in comments. But this CalDigit dock is pretty good. Now, the one thing that it doesn't have is straight HDMI. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm missing from this, because my monitor, I'm plugging my monitor in via HDMI, so I'm having to go through an adapter to get that plugged in. This dock, I'm not actually going to mention this bottom dock, but I'm currently using it just while I get everything sorted with the CalDigit. Lots of dongles. Yes, I've got lots of dongles in here. I've got lots of capture cards. Like I said, this is still a work in progress because I am swapping certain things out. So you'll see the final product when I've gotten the whole video series shot. But yeah, so I'm not going to mention this one. It is an Elgato or Corsair product, and it's great. I love the amount of docks or ports on this one, but it doesn't have USB 3.0, which you need for capture cards. Okay, yes, OCD trigger due to work in progress. Yeah, for sure. It drives me absolutely insane. Okay, I'm off you, Callie. I don't think that there's anything else. If there's something else you want to see, oh wait, hold on. Let me show you just a couple of other random things. This light over here, you can see it's pointed at my desk setup where I'm just working. And that's so that I'm lit for Zoom calls. I'm going to be mounting that to the desk as well. That way I don't have the tripod, but that'll be mounted to this side of the desk. That way I am covered for Zoom calls that I'm not using my Ecamm production for. Sometimes I get a little lazy. I don't want to turn on my streaming computer. I just want to sit where I was sitting and go on to Zoom. You know, sometimes it's just not necessary to bring in a full production into my Zoom meetings. Like when we have team meetings and things like that, they don't really care. So there's that. And yeah, I do need to build a little console space to stack up the docks and the capture cards and everything. I'm kind of I've toyed with a couple of different setup options for those devices. I want everything to be clean, and I'm probably putting a little too much pressure on myself to get it super clean and like wire free. So I'm trying to get a little creative with those things. How stable is the desk? It's super stable. It's yeah, it doesn't, I mean, it wobbles just like any desk when you like shake it. But it's not wobbling. Really, the things that are wobbling are the things attached to it. So yeah, this is a really super stable desk. And again, it was custom made. I wanted something that I could stand at or sit with this, because I've always done the sit-stand desks, but they've been motorized. But those motorized desks have an open front, and the whole thing was to keep cables hidden, and it's a lot harder to do with a motorized sit-stand desk that doesn't have a front to it. Okay, coming back to my main camera. What other questions do y'all have? What do you want to know? I'm gonna go back to my list over here and also check out here. I love the brick wall. Yes, this was so important to me to integrate the brick wall. This is a 1920s building that they completely renovated. This used to be an apartment little complex in the 1920s, and it looked horrible. Like I saw some pictures of it, and it was wretched.
It was a butcher too.
Downstairs was a butcher. Yeah. So I'm waiting for the butcher guest to arrive, a ghost to arrive. I don't know why I said guest. But yeah. So, show him that. So while we're talking about my apartment, so this is the fire department ladder. So if you pull that out, you can see like a ladder to get, since I'm on the second floor. How freaking cool is that? That's my escape route right there. And oh, it's okay. I'll do it later. You can just and the windows, just from a living perspective, the windows actually don't have screens on them. And so I actually don't actually, let's pull from there. So the windows, I'm actually able to just hang out on the windowsill. I sit on the windowsill a lot and just chill and read whatever, write in my journal, whatever. Like I just chill there at night a lot of times. And so it's really nice. I love the openness of that. So it was really important to integrate a lot of the feeling of this apartment into my set. So you see that in the background is not green screen. And the door is a barn door. That is my bathroom right there. And that just opens and closes. And I put a lot of plants there. Oh yeah, good idea. Okay, so this is how I have like the light mounted to light up the background. So I'm still, I have my cable management, it failed a little bit up there at the top. Oh wait, okay, you were stuttering there for a second. So I have the cable kind of taped down to all the way to the bottom. And so that is lighting up the bookcase or the bookshelf right there, which is also custom built. And then I have another light down to the Elgato light down there. That is lighting up the plant, which is a little funny, but you can see how it pops in the real camera view. So we have that just shining right at the light, plus beyond a little bit to kind of lighten up that space. It was really, really dark beforehand. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that light. This light is behind the bookshelf. And there's the piece of cardboard is coming out. I have some maintenance to do on that bookshelf before I pull the cardboard out. That was just to protect the white rug. But yeah, that light is just hiding behind to lighten up that. So if you pull the plug out of the outlet, the wall outlet, I want them to see what the difference is with those lights not here. See how different that is? So it's three lights. It's the light on the plant, the light above, and the light behind the bookshelf. So yeah, there are a lot of lights. You can go ahead and plug it back in. Thank you. And then I also have a light over here. Oops, sorry. She wasn't ready. I also have a light over here shining the background and the couch area. So that's kind of highlighting that area, this whole area right here. So it depends on how light it is. In the summer, I might have to do some adjustments to this because on brighter days, it does kind of blow out. On the cloudier days, it is winter here in the Portland area. This actually looks really good. You can see outside because I have an ND filter film on the window itself, just on that one. Space looks great. Thank you so much. Lights do make such a big difference. It's kind of crazy. Okay. Questions. I got to check if there was ever a video about music licensing. Where do you get groovy beats like this from and not get muted to hell? I use Epidemic Sound. So I may have to change cameras on this. Oh, it worked. So livestreamingpros.com/music. That is my favorite place for my dance music, for any music we play, sound effects, anything like that. You can get a 30-day free trial by using our link livestreamingpros.com/music. By the way, Caleb says you're doing a great job sewing the studio. Actually, my electricity bill is not much. I pay I think like between 40 and 60. I think 60 was my highest bill so far here. So it's really not bad at all. But a lot of the lights are LEDs as well, which helps with that. Are you for your studio, you're considering putting the indie film? It's too bright in the morning. That's the problem with having an open window and not covering that up, is that you are going to get some fluctuation depending on when you're live, depending on when you're doing videos, that kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to answer some more questions. Rich, is the Rodecaster really needed for level 4? No, absolutely not. You can absolutely just use a USB mic straight into the streaming computer. What? Oh. Oh, wow. 124 for electricity, but that does include heat. Well, mine includes heat as well. 380. Well, keep in mind, guys, you probably have bigger houses than I do. This is like 850 square feet. So Rob in the house. I will be heading out of here shortly to go join Rob on the TubeBuddy stream. We're going to be talking about content strategy. Those of you who are in Streamer Accelerator or who have access to the live video blueprint bundle, you guys have gotten our content strategy workshop that we're releasing and talking about content, how you grow with it, how you make it really work with your personality, but also your needs and goals as a content creator in business. Okay, let's see. Questions. Wait, I showed that. Patrick, do you ever have Epoch Cam freeze up on Ecamm? Occasionally have a freeze up and I've had to restart Ecamm. I have not had that issue, actually. Is it happening when maybe your screen locks? Is that potentially the problem, Patrick? Is that your screen is locking and then that's causing it to freeze up, or is it while it's active? I haven't had that problem. I haven't seen other people say that they're having that problem either. Yeah, totally. Rob popped in to say, "Don't be late. Remember me." Okay. Jose, what's the name of the black tube or bar that you can place from the floor? These are Varipoles. I think that we already posted a link to the in the comments to these. So hopefully you already got that answered. What is your ISP connection up there? I've got, I'm paying for 1 gig, but I'm not getting that, of course. But I'm pretty good. Like I'm usually about 160, 150 up, and almost 200 down. But you can see, like, I'm paying for a lot more than that. So I'm actually going to change providers most likely. Okay. Environmental Coffee House, is there a software that will adjust audio besides just what Ecamm has? So if you want to adjust audio externally out of the software, you can do something like the Rodecaster Pro that I showed. You could get a mixer, just a regular mixer. The Rodecaster Pro has the ability to do sound effects. I can plug in my mobile phone. So it has some extra features, but you could just do a simple mixer or something like the Scarlett as well. So those would be options for you if you want to remove that from the software. Which Elgato do you use for your main? Okay, so Andy is asking which capture card I'm using for my main A6100 camera. I'm not using the Camlink. The Camlink is used for my laptop just because that's the way I did it. Just because. But currently I'm using the HD60S Plus for my main camera. So that's the capture card that I rely on the most for my main camera. Fred, I want to use my Android phone as a second camera to show demo pages. What type of cables or connections do I need? You can get an adapter. So basically, if you bring in this through a capture card, that's going to be your best option. You could go wireless. I was using Epoch Cam wirelessly. That is iOS only. There should be an Android version for that as well. If you go to D. Nimen's channel, I bet he has a video on that. But you have... you're going to want to get, go from your phone connection, get a dongle and adapter, but you want to bring that in via a capture card so that it can be a camera source. So OBS, oh, wait, sorry, I got distracted by comments. Oh, do I stream at night? And all those lights work is good. So it changes. Yeah. So I have streamed or done videos in the evening, in the early morning when it's still dark and it's less bright. So I am getting some natural light filtering in as well, because as you saw, I had all my windows open. So yeah, you're very welcome, Whit. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay. I am Ski. New. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. How do you deal with audio latency with using Ecamm with Zoom? Okay, so audio latency so you need to look at your setup. If you're having audio latency, you shouldn't be. That's not the natural order of things. So what is in your setup? You need to simplify your setup and see what's happening there. What extra devices do you have that maybe you don't need? And so without knowing that, I can't really help you if the latency adjustments aren't working. So you might need to simplify the setup or offload the latency adjustments to somewhere else. Yeah, Abby got excited all of a sudden. Base guy, thank you so much. Montreal, welcome. Okay, you just missed it. I went through the whole thing. You're gonna have to watch the replay, okay? You're gonna have to watch the replay. Let me see if there's anything else specifically about the camera setup or the studio setup. And by the way, if you, hold on. Wait for it. There you go. If you want to learn how to set up your entire studio, you can go here, livestreamingpros.com/studio, and get a full training workshop around the gear to use. And we're adding to that workshop in the near future as well to give you even more value out of that workshop. And so yeah, if you want to learn how to do all of this, how to plan for it so that you're not wasting money, all of that good stuff, then you definitely want to go to livestreamingpros.com/studio, grab that workshop, and okay. I do have to run, so I'm just looking for. What do you do to change? Oh, this is a good question. What do you do to change this studio back into a living space? Any tricks for hiding stuff? That's my whole point of how I've set it up. I don't actually flip a switch and then it's only living space. This is my living space. This is my workspace. And then on the other side is my bedroom, which I have a Murphy bed, right? So that goes away during the day. So I have a wide open space over there. So I have living space, workspace, bedroom, and then kitchen over here. So it's segmented like that. So I don't put any of this away because I would hate to set it up each and every time I needed to shoot. I'm live 4 days a week. I shoot video at least 5 days a week, so it's constant. So you don't want to have to do that. I'm just setting it up in a way that makes me feel still like my home environment as much as possible. But this is my day-to-day job. It is my entire life as well. So it's worth having it in my space. No, oh my God, no, but I have been afraid of it. I have been like conscious of that. Abby's down, right? Abby's down on the ground. Yes. Okay, good. Now I can put the Murphy bed up. All right, you guys, I'm sorry I didn't get to all of the questions. Come back tomorrow. Come back every day, Tuesday through Friday, where I am live at 10 a.m. Pacific, making sure that you are taken care of from your goals. Whatever you need, I am here to provide for you. So be sure to show back up at 10 a.m. Add it to your calendar. Add a Siri or Google or Alexa reminder so that you do show up. And we always have a countdown timer 10 minutes before, dancing, getting ready, getting pumped up about the show. So I invite you to join for the dance party before. We're going to dance this baby out. Come join me over at TubeBuddy so that we can talk content. So we go from studio to content discussions. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with you. Again, Abby seems so quiet. I know, Daniel. All right, you ready to put your dancing shoes on? Let's dance this baby out. Thank you so much for all the great questions. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes tour. Bye. Oh, come on. She's like, get me out of here! Hurry! Hurry!